On today's episode, we are revisiting Puerto Rico, baby! ¡Huepa la mierda! Hey! And we have some decorum around here, some decorum. Can we have some decorum? All right, how about some empanadas? I'm going to show you step by step how to make Puerto Rican empanadas next on the food plane. This is the tangy, garlicky picadillo. Picadillo is used to stuff empanadas. Not only that, but if you learn how to make picadillo, you can learn how to make other Puerto Rican dishes like stuffed plantains or pastelón, our version of lasagna, or acapurrias, which are fried plantain fritters stuffed with picadillo, or fried potato balls called relleno de papas, also stuffed with picadillo. Now here's what you'll need. Now I highly encourage you to watch episode 1 and 2 of the food plane because we began in Puerto Rico. Episode 1 and 2 I showed you how to make recadito, which is this right here. Recadito I showed you how to make, and mojo, this garlic marinade, is in episode 1 and 2. And also we have alcaparrado, which we talked about in episode 1 and 2, which are the olives, adobo, the sazon packet, the ham packet. Take that onion, chop it, put it in a pan. Begin to stir it, give it that love. Develop those smells that will fill your kitchen. It's so wonderful. Maybe you've never been to Puerto Rico. Well, guess what? Bring Puerto Rico to your place. You can travel through food. You can travel the world. Check this out. You can taste Puerto Rico. You can smell Puerto Rico. And if you put on that Latin jazz, you can hear Puerto Rico. I mean, all that's left is to actually go there. But other than that, you can bring Puerto Rico to you. That's why we call the channel The Food Plane. Every week, Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we go to a different part of the world. And today we are revisiting Puerto Rico. So I added mojo to the mix. And oh my gosh, that garlic, let it cook, let it get a little brown. Once that brown happens, you're going to put that recadito in there. But I'm telling you, the smells already, you're getting, if you've never had Puerto Rican food or been to Puerto Rico, you're going to begin to smell what a Puerto Rican home smells like. Now, this is the thumbnail for video 1 and 2. So go look for that thumbnail and you'll learn how to make the mojo and also how to make this right here, recadito. Dance break. If you enjoy fun food fact videos and delicious recipes just like this, then hop on the food plane. It's absolutely free. Become a passenger. We travel every single Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Next week, we're going to a whole different place. You're going to have to stay tuned. So anyway, right now you're smelling all of that wonderful smells. You're smelling the tropical, the islands. So now, speaking of island, I'm going to make a little circle here because I'm going to add the ground beef right there. Let me know in the comments, have you ever had empanadas? Do you know that almost every culture has a version of empanadas? Pretty crazy. I'm showing you the Puerto Rican way. Now, of course, even Puerto Ricans have different ways of doing it. I'm adding cheese to my empanadas. That's right. You heard me right. I'm adding American cheese to it. So put the ground beef in the pan. We're going to sprinkle our adobo on that ground beef. We're going to season it. Adobo is an all-purpose seasoning used in many Latin homes, Latin and Spanish homes. So you're going to give that all a good mix and put it on high heat. You want, I have it in cast iron. Put it on high heat. Give it that stir. Let it cook. Let it get that Maillard reaction. Half my family are Puerto Rican and half my family are Jewish. So I grew up with these smells. I grew up with these wonderful flavors. I'm telling you guys, you're going to make this and you're going to lose your mind. It's that freaking good. It is absolutely delicious. Don't be afraid to try this. This is so simple. All right, I'm adding the tomato sauce and we're going to give that a good mix. So again, watch episode 1 and 2 of the food plane and you will learn how to make the mojo marinade and the recadito. So now we're going to add our sazon packet. Yep. Almost every Latin Puerto Rican home has that sazon, baby. Now, sazon is a flavor enhancer that's used in a lot of Puerto Rican dishes. Now, I'm also adding the ham flavoring. I highly encourage everyone watching to eat foods from different parts of the world. There is such a big world out there. And there are so many hundreds of cuisines that you probably have never tasted and that are absolutely delicious. So I'm adding the alcaparrado and we're just going to mix that and let it cook. And then we're going to turn off the heat, let that sit because we are about to make our empanada dough. So here's what you'll need for that. In case you didn't know, I am on Twitter/X and I am on Instagram. All right, so now you're going to put the oil in the flour. Now we're going to rub this oil and incorporate it between our hands into the flour. Kind of like when you're making a pie dough, when you're using the pieces of butter. But instead we're going to do that here. And this is going to give us that flakiness that we want in that crust. So there you see the pieces of oil incorporated into the flour. Now we're going to add our water and we're going to make a nice solid piece of dough. You may or may not need a little extra water. That's fine. Just form a nice dough. Now you're going to want to flour your surface as well. And we're going to cut this into fours. This one we're going to cut into 4. Now I'm using a bowl. We're going to roll this out and I'm going to use a bowl. You can use a mold. You can use anything that's going to give you that circle that we're looking for. And just like this right here. So you can use anything. You can use your hands or you don't have to use a bowl at all. Do as you want. So we were able to make about 7 empanadas here. Remember, we have the cheese. We're going to need a little extra water. And we're going to need our picadillo that we're going to fill the empanadas with. So now I want you to put cheese, just like you see here, on one half. Because remember, we're going to fold these. So you want to focus on the half where the cheese is. And you're going to put your picadillo mix right on top of that cheese. Oh, yes. Looking nice. Good job, good job. And now we're going to fold the empanada dough on top of the meat that you see here. We're going to fold it. Now, whether you want to use the fork method to close the edges or not, that's up to you. So here you see we folded it. And now we're going to use the fork method in this empanada right here. So there you see, I'm pushing slightly down and away. I'm not going through the dough. I just want the dough to stick together. So that's why we wet the outer edges of the empanada dough. So now we're going to put this dough, here we go, into some nice frying oil. Oh yeah. Now listen, when you baste the top of the empanada dough, you can create these little bubbles that you see right there. You see those bubbles? Those were created because I'm basting, as you see here. I'm basting it just like that. And that creates those bubbles, those crispy, nice bubbles. Oh, wow, look at this. Empanadas, people, if you have not made these, make them at home. They're so much fun. They're so delicious. Look at that. Oh, my God. Golden, crispy, and delicious inside. Thank you so much for watching. Listen, where are we going next week? Every Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we go to a different part of the world through its food. Look at that. Look at the juiciness. Look at the cheese. Oh my gosh. Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next week.